the river brings us our prosperity and good quality of life, its natural beauty, recreation, abilities and all of that. But it also reminds us who's boss every once in a while.
Businesses and residents in Riverside communities are keeping a close eye on the rising river levels. Our team coverage continues with 9 on your side's Paola Suro. She is live in New Richmond, where the river has yet to crest. And what are businesses telling you out there, Paola?
Yeah, well, you know, Kristen, a lot of business owners and residents here in the area tell me this is like a double whammy. I mean, if you remember from the flood last year, the river went above the marker behind me. You couldn't even see those numbers. And tonight, the river is expected to crest at 55.5 feet. And that's why residents and business owners, especially the ones who work right across from the river, are taking a close look at this marker.
Over every door, every business door in Richmond, you'll see a little number, and everybody knows their number.
For Front Street Cafe, that number is 60.79. 60.79 feet, a measurement they hope the river never reaches.
You kind of know when to move out if you have to, or when to move up if that'll suffice.
Last year, the restaurant's front door neighbor, the Ohio River, crested around 60.7 feet.
Last year it went over our marker.
This is video from exactly a year ago when high river levels kept at least 1/3 of the village underwater.
We were blessed and it missed us by 7 inches, so 7 inches is pretty close.
But owner Robert Lees knows just because they were lucky in 2018 doesn't mean they don't have to worry every other year.
I don't even want to look in the basement right now because we're probably getting to a level where it does fill up, comes into the basement.
He says the building has been in this spot since 1873 and it's seen a lot of ups and downs of the Ohio River, literally. So last year you guys didn't get damaged at all?
No, we were completely surrounded, and if you when you go down the steps, it was actually on the top step. Last year the piano was put on top of the cabinet over there. It just elevated everything.
And while he says it's like living on the edge, most of the 2,600 village residents will tell you it's well worth it.
A little worrisome, but if we lose the house, it's a house, you know. We keep the family together, that's what matters most.
Well, last year it was pretty brutal. We had, significant amounts of water in the streets. We're hoping to avoid that.
And Kristen, Craig, just to put things into perspective, Robert's restaurant is this one right here behind me. He tells me that when the river is at 58.5 feet, that is when a front street right here behind me tends to flood. And he also says the back streets right behind the restaurant are at a lower level. So when this street is flooding, those streets are already flooding just hours before this one is. And that's something, that's also concerning for residents in the area. But for now, we're live in New Richmond. I'm Paola Suro, 9 on your side.